we're going to make sure we put this up on our up on the email and the Facebook page by tomorrow. So get started. Just review today's update with some general information. Lexington Pool's the main pool at the clubhouse is open and has been open for a couple of days. So that's up and running. The Island Club pool is going to open tomorrow. Everything is good up there except for the spa. We're still waiting for some parts for the hot tub there. And also the pool heater needs a couple of replacement parts as well. The report I got this morning was it was about 85 degrees. So it's a little bit cooler than what it normally would be this time of year there. But that's up and running. On the community pool side, Wedgwood, your two pools, one of them is waiting on a final piece of equipment for the pump. We expect that to arrive this week and should have that open shortly after that. And then the other pool at Wedgwood, all the equipment is working. They're just finishing up balancing the chemicals, and we expect that to open in the next day or two as well, once the chemicals get balanced. Waterford pool is open as of today. And the Sutton Walk pool, we've got working with Clyde Johnson. We'll need his help with their equipment to begin taking the debris out of that pool. And we hope to start that process later this week. But once they get that large debris out of there, our crew will go in, clean the pool, fill it, and then we can check the equipment and see what needs to be done to get that up and running. Also updated everybody on the remediation efforts at the Island Club. As we were remediating that exercise room, we realized that there's another wall or another surface behind the wall in the exercise room that needs to be also cut out. And by doing that, it's actually going to make us relocate electrical and equipment in that tiki kitchen. So we've got to shut that tiki kitchen down to finish that process. So we've done that effective today to keep that crew moving. I can tell you there'll be an email tomorrow from Chris and Chef Leon. They are going to do a food service later this week off of outdoor grill at the Tiki. But wait for that email tomorrow to get full scheduling on that. But they do have a backup plan, but no food service, at least today, and I would say tomorrow at the Island Club. Sorry about that. Golf course update. Pete had a great report this weekend. He's got all the parts he needs for the rest of the irrigation satellite controller fixes. And I think hopefully the next day or two, we're going to officially announce an opening date. And I suspect that to be sometime next week for the golf course. And then community landscaping crews are still working their way around. The goal is to try to get things cleaned up to where we can get back on a regular mow. So we're still working towards that goal. We will have irrigation issues in the residential areas. That system is more dated than the golf course system, and parts will be a little bit more challenging, but they'll begin that process soon to start performing checks on that system. We don't want to fire that system up immediately because we're concerned there's probably going to be some broken heads and some broken pipes, and we don't want it flooding out the trash, the garbage, everything else that's in that area. So that's why we haven't fired that up yet. So, okay, I'm going to jump into questions. Looks like there's quite a few there. We'll go to the top here. I'll preface, let me go ahead and get some of these things out of the way. I'm not going to talk about restoration. Any questions about that? We've stayed away from that. I will tell you that we are in discussions here trying to figure out, what the plan will be or what the options will be, but nobody's at a point yet working with your associations to put that out. But I do think that we're getting closer to being able to hopefully release some information on how that process is going to work, and also hopefully have some expectations on when we're going to start seeing some insurance money coming in, because I know that's a big part of restoration is knowing what there is on that insurance claim for you to use and exactly what was covered at what values, that sort of thing. So how many condos have had all remediation completed so far? I'm not sure that we're at any point in the process where any condo is totally through with their remediation process. I know Southmont Cove was one of the first condo associations to get started in earnest. But I'm not sure where they're at. I don't think they're doing drywall yet this week. But they probably started, they're probably 2 weeks into the process right now. But I would say they're the closest in terms of maybe starting the drywall process, and that is the final step of remediation. You provide a contact number for CJC so they can inspect our unit for the remediation that we have completed. A good question. So if you're in an association and you've hired a subcontractor, we're asking you to reach out to your board because they are handling that inspection process. They're doing it typically. What I'm seeing is the associations are picking 1 day a week to come in and do inspections for those of you that subcontracted this work out. So please reach out to your association. They'll have that information for you and you can get on their schedule for inspection. The Massachusetts firm who did the analysis, did they actually analyze the water or the residues? I'm not sure exactly what process they did, but one of the determinations that they made early on was that it was black water, Cat 3 water. I do know that because that was one of the first meetings we had with them, is them confirming that. So I don't know what process they went through to do that, but they did confirm that. I've noticed that many of the metal wall studs in our unit are bent, and I'm hoping they will be repaired properly. Yes, they will. And I've noticed that too. But yeah, in that demo process, yes, some of those metal studs were bent. And yes, those will be fixed before drywall comes on. Absolutely. Also, a wooden bench that was previously covered in tile is still in our shower stall. According to current code, wood is not allowed. If you have something like that, just email that to me and I'll get that to your association. If you're asking about something particular in your unit, that may be better. With all year rounders take priority, will all year rounders take priority to have their units fixed? This is our full-time home. If not, why? The remediation process is happening all on the same scale, but when it comes to restoration, I can tell you, and I think we've been consistent saying this, certainly one of the options will be for you to engage your own contractor or to do your own thing with restoring your building, so, or your unit. So, I mean, you could certainly have priority if you want to take that initiative. If things are done in scale, I don't know yet what that process is going to look like, but I can tell you, owners taking the initiative, once we get to that point, we'll put you in the front of the line, or at least let you control that process. I'm scheduled for wrapping soon. How do I find out if a 2-inch or 4-inch cut will be needed in Somerset Villas? Yeah, so what they're doing, obviously the water mapping is one of the tools they're using to determine the amount of water each unit took. But each unit, as they get in there and they start to do drywall cuts, are getting a visual inspection as well. And I can tell you, and some of you have probably seen this, there have been cases where they've gotten in and they haven't had to pull out a tub, or they haven't had to pull out all of the cabinets. And that's based on that visual inspection. There's also been cases where they've only done a 2-wall drywall cut, where they've known that has been sufficient. So, I mean, the water mapping was the first tool, but once they're coming into your units, I mean, they're just not ripping things out. I mean, they're checking it to make sure that something can be saved. So that's happening. And I know some of you all, it's happening too, because you've communicated that to me and I've seen that. So you obviously have the water mapping reports now. Why have we not yet received a copy? Your association has the water mapping reports, and I do know that they're going to be sending those out. We meet once a week with the presidents of that group. It happens on Monday, so I'm sure that'll be a topic of conversation. But they all got those water mapping reports in full last week. Would you provide a schedule for remediation by association or building to help us manage our expectations? Many of the associations, I think all of them now, are putting out weekly updates as to where they're at in the process. I know Southmont Cove does that. I know Waterford does it. Wedgwood has put out information. Sutton Walk is just getting started, but there's only 24 units there, so it's not as big a scale. And Somerset Villas put out a couple of communications in the last week. So that information, I think, will get a lot more reliable and a lot more consistent as we continue to move through this process. But that information, at least in part, is out there in terms of where those crews are. Yeah, when will remediation be done at Somerset Villas? I don't have that. I don't know of any end date yet on remediation for any associations. It sounds like we are on our own for restoration process. When will we know our restoration budget? Is there a list of contractors available that we can start calling? Yeah, I mean, definitely one of the options is to do restoration on your own. I mean, you've always had that ability. I know a lot of you, though, you want to know how much do you have to spend on that insurance claim, and that's the $60 million question. We'd like to get that to you, but we're at the mercy of the insurance agencies providing us that data. And we just completed in some of the associations all the adjusting. And so we're really waiting to hear back from the insurance company. I had reported earlier that this is way back in the beginning. One of the adjusters told me that it was going to take them about 2 weeks to get their report together. And then potentially it could be 45 to 60 days after that before we got any insurance proceeds. Now, I don't know if that means that's when we're going to see a report to tell us what the proceeds are, if that just means when the proceeds will potentially come to Lexington or your association. Again, this is an adjuster telling me something, so I'm just sharing it with you as information, but I wouldn't look at anything being confirmed until we hear it from the insurance agency. At this point, it's really just what somebody told me as far as the process goes. Will Lexington have any contractors available for owners to use for restoration? I can tell you that that's something that we are working on. Lexington is trying to vet potential contractors that we could develop maybe a resource list for you, where if you wanted, you want to start restoration, here's some phone numbers you could call to talk to some folks that maybe would be interested in doing this more on a larger scale basis. So yeah, that's what we're trying to do. That's the whole process we're in right now, is trying to line up those resources and those details. But again, it's difficult to work with a contractor on a large scale when we can't tell them from a budget perspective what we're dealing with, because I know a lot of you probably will want to use every dime of your insurance money, but that's all that you want to use to return your unit back. And if we don't have that number, it's very difficult to get any sort of agreement. So I mean, there's quite a few moving parts that really have to come together for us to be able to provide this. A question about floors not being removed. I've gotten that a couple of times the last week. Yeah, just so you know, these guys are working in different crews. So it isn't like one crew comes to your unit and does everything. There's crews that come in to cut drywall. There's crews that will come in to do electrical work. There's crews that come in to take up certain floors. There's crews that come up to take like wooden and glued down floors because it needs a piece of equipment to do that. There's crews that do cabinets. There's crews that are doing showers and stalls and tubs. So just because something isn't done in your unit doesn't mean that it was skipped. It just means that's where those crews are in the process. And sometimes some crews move faster than others. Some crews move slower. Sometimes they get tied down with a unit because it's a tougher drywall cut or something like that. So everything is going to be remediated in your unit. But just because you've got floors still sitting there doesn't mean that somebody skipped you. Haven't heard much about discussion of lanais. What is the plan for cleaning and sanitizing? That is kind of the second phase of this. A lot of you all, they're using your lanais to store things if it's secure. But once the insides get remediated and done, they're going to focus on lanais. They're going to focus on garages, that sort of thing. So that's kind of the next step. Should we discard all of our appliances instead of having them checked by a technician? I haven't recommended just chucking them. I mean, certainly if something's not working, I think we've got enough confidence that those are going to be covered in the insurance claim that you can go ahead and replace them. And it's definitely to your advantage to get those out of your unit now, in that we've got FEMA in the neighborhood picking up trash, and that'll be an easy disposal for them. But I'm not recommending to anybody just to throw out your appliances if they're already working. We haven't received any updates from Somerset Villas. If you haven't received updates from Somerset Villas, you are not getting emails from us then, because they have sent out, I want to say, at least 4 updates, maybe 3 the last week. So please call the front desk, make sure you're getting emails, make sure you're on the correct list, because they are communicating. Update on the back tennis courts. Yes, really, we're waiting on clay. We cannot get our hands on clay right now. We are in the pecking order, if you will. But Kimberly has put a large order in for clay, and that's really what we need to get those back tennis courts, at least some of them, back up and running. So after tub taken out, are they being replaced, or can we decide to put in shower only? Again, that's restoration process, but yes, I mean, you can decide not to have a tub replaced if that's what you decide to do for your unit. Individual informed me Saturday that he has food in refrigerators and is still in condo wrapped in plastic. How can I go about getting it removed in plastic, put back in place? I mean, many of you have already done this, but I mean, even though we've got that vacate order going on, you can still go back to your unit and get things out, or look through things, et cetera, if you need to do something like that, or dispose of anything wet that you haven't gotten to. I mean, we're not encouraging people to come back and check on things daily, but if you've got to do something in your unit, that's available. So I would suggest, if you've got a contact to that individual, tell them to get here, or get somebody here to get that stuff out. When replacing a like-in-kind air conditioner, does it require A&E review and documentation? I'm always going to go on the safe side and say, do an A&E, but if you want the confirmed answer, send Jennifer an email and she'll tell you for sure. Furniture we may no longer want to keep. If we tag it with a sign, will CJ toss it? No, they will not. CJC will not discard your personal property. That's not part of their contract. They're not getting paid to do that. It's also a liability issue, because that's not who we're contracting out that service for. That's an owner responsibility, and you need to find a way to get that out of your unit. Yeah. Millstone elevators. I don't have an update, but I believe Waterford Board sent out an email. It may have been Friday that I saw that, with a status on the elevators and what's going on there. But I don't have anything new to report other than that. Yeah, question. So we're doing restoration on our own. I thought Lex was lining up contractors. Again, maybe I'll try to rephrase it. You can always do restoration on your own. That was always an option. And we've always said that our hope was to be able to provide some contractors and some resources for those of you that don't necessarily want to bother with something customizable. And that's what we're working on. So nothing has changed in regards to how I've spoke on that. It's just nothing has been confirmed yet either, but there's been no changes to what I would envision to be the process to restore your unit. And, I think the easiest and the quickest way, especially if you want certain things done specifically, is to do it on your own. But yes, we've said we are hopeful to provide you some resources to make that process easier on you. Is it okay to replace the water lines if we choose to pay them, since they are totally exposed right now? The lines are bad. Yeah, I think the general answer, and I'm speaking for the association, is going to be no to that. At least that's what I've seen the association respond to. Those water lines are the association, part of the common elements of the association. So You could always ask your association specifically. Maybe I'm missing somebody or one of them that wants to do it differently. But my understanding is that they're not allowing that, nor are they undertaking a pipe replacement project right now. Is there a print for the cabinets with dimensions on them at Southmont Cove? I don't know about cabinets. I do know that you can contact the front desk, and they definitely have floor plan copies of your unit. If you tell them what floor plan you have, they can send you a copy of that floor plan. But I don't know about dimensions of cabinets. In Somerset Villas, if our home is classified as total remediation and the adjacent units have partial and no remediation, I feel that it's not total remediation. How and when should I expect CJC to come in and reevaluate? Yeah, so I mentioned before the process in Somerset, more importantly than anywhere else, because you all definitely saw a much wider range of intrusion. And you've got units that didn't take water, and you've got units that took a lot of water. So it's that visual inspection process that's coming in and confirming what needs to come out. And I can tell you, because we've seen this in other associations, there are units that the water mapping said full remediation, but when they got in there, they realized, wait a minute, we don't need to pull out the tub here. We don't need to pull out the shower here because we can get to it from an adjacent wall, or there wasn't water intrusion. Now that we've got the wall opened up on the backside, we can see that. So that visual inspection is still happening, whether or not the water mapping says full, partial, etc. So that's still part of the process and always has been. On the deductibles for the flood, will that be prorated per unit, or will each unit owner be assessed the deductible, same as the wind deductible? Will that be pro rata per unit? I don't think that I'm at a point where I can confirm how that's going to be handled. If you've got the insurance documents, you can see that on the flood side, that deductible is, and those limits are based on a per unit basis. Whereas on the property side, for everybody in the associations, it's a percentage of the policy. So it's not based on a unit. But again, I don't know. I just don't know how financially that's all going to break out. But those are decisions that will have to be made as we start to get these proceeds. Can the soffit in the kitchen and bathrooms be removed? I'm not sure about that question. I can tell you that they're only going to be removing what needs to come out based on remediation. They're not going to remove anything more at this point in the process, because that's what insurance is paying for, is remediation. So anything you want removed on top of that, you can handle that before you start restoration. Yeah. Will the owners who are not local be contacted when their condos are ready for restoration? Will CJC be available for reinstalling cabinets? Again, I think as we go through this process, your associations will be communicating to you as units or buildings are checked off, if you will, from remediation and ready for restoration. And no, again, see, Clyde Johnson has only been contracted for remediation at this point. Not to say that Clyde Johnson may not be one of those vendors that we provide as a resource for you to contract for restoration. That very well may be the case, but right now they are only doing remediation. It's all that your association is contracted with them. So they will, at this point, they will not be installing cabinets. Can't tell you that maybe they won't be doing that down the road if they do partake in restoration, but right now they're only doing remediation. Again, if you haven't received a South Somerset Villas update, then please contact the front desk. Make sure you're getting emails and you're on the right list, because they have sent out at least 3 emails in the last week. Is there a provision for lost revenue in the insurance policy for associations as our units are uninhabitable to cover HOA fees? Not on the master association policy. No, there is not. However, I had mentioned before that depending on what coverages you have, there are things called loss of use on some insurance policies. Again, I don't know your personal insurance policy, but I encourage you to talk to your insurance agency to find out what coverages you have. But some insurance policies, especially on the property side of things, do have loss of use. I have not seen necessarily where flood insurance policies have that, but it doesn't mean that you couldn't have added that to your policy or it's on there. So please call your insurance agent. Had friends at dinner from Kelly Green, and I asked them about Cat 3 waters at their place. They said they never heard anything about that. They're on the board and know what's happening at Kelly Green's. I hope GJC is not causing fear and panic among other residents. What's my thought? Have you spoken to other GMs experiencing the similar situation? Well, my thoughts are that I think they're making a catastrophic mistake if they're not taking Cat 3 water seriously. That's my personal opinion. There's no doubt that we had ocean water go over our entire property, and there's no doubt that that was Cat 3 water. And if you've done any research on that, there's no doubt in my mind how significant that is. So I can't speak to how another property is handling this, but I can tell you that our commitment from day one was to do this right. And yes, it's inconvenient, and yes, it's frustrating, and yes, it's a big deal, but we're going to do it right. And if somebody wants to bury their head in the sand and act like the Cat 3 water doesn't mean anything, then I think they're doing a major disservice to their association. But that's my personal opinion. We've been told you would provide documentation to provide to our insurance company regarding the mandatory vacate order. When will we get those docs? Yes, that still is the plan. Again, that's going to come from your association. I mean, that is who levied that order. But I would, again, expect that to be a topic of conversation in that meeting here later today with the presidents. Reinstallation of bathroom fixtures and kitchen appliances is definitely restoration. If you're asking about what phase that is, that's restoration. When can we expect info about what will be covered by the association insurance so we can move forward? I think I covered that. I don't know. I don't know when that is. I mean, we're going to get that information when we get it from the insurance carrier. Unfortunately, that's not something that I control. Your association controls, really anybody controls, other than waiting in line to get that information. Will we see the adjuster report for our unit so we know of upgrades that our upgrades are noted? Yeah, we have yet to see what these reports are going to look like, but I'm envisioning, because they adjusted these units independently, that we're going to get a report on each unit that says, this is what we saw. We saw granite countertops. This is what the value is. And we saw this type of flooring, and this is what the value is. And there would be a part of the process where we would want owners to look at that and confirm if that's correct or not. So I absolutely envision that as part of the process. Yes. If your unit was completely updated, but your neighbors was not, are they providing you with the same amount of money or to do your own restoration, or is it on a unit by unit basis? Now, my understanding is that these policies are being adjusted based on like and kind, what was in that unit. So if you had a unit that was more recently updated, I would assume that that's going to hold a higher claim value than one that isn't updated. Again, we won't know that until this is confirmed, but that would be my assumption on this. Will insurance include AC and hot water heater? Yes, if they're broken, they will include that. We've communicated on several occasions. If you want to proceed with a hot water heater or an AC unit that is not working because of the flood, the storm water, then you can proceed and get that fixed and save your receipts. Question about whether it be communication from Clyde Johnson or someone of what they have actually had to do to our units. Example, 2-foot or 4-foot cut, tubs, showers removed versus save cabinets versus not save. We're trying to make decisions from afar, basically. So I would think we'll be at a point there where hopefully the associations can kind of communicate that out, or have a process where if you want to check in, somebody can give you that information. But I mean, obviously, if you're not here, you need to know that, and we're going to do our best to try to make sure that you're informed with what needs to be done. Oh, Jennifer responded, A&E is required for air conditioning. Also include contract and license and insurance if not on file. So yes, even if you're replacing the same AC unit as before, A&E is required. Somebody's got a question here about their washing machine and the fact that it wasn't working right. Washing machines, from our understanding, is not part of this master flood coverage. So that would be something on the unit owner to handle. So if you've got a non-functioning washing machine, that's something that you would need to handle yourself. What recourse will we have if the taping and texturing that is done on the new drywall doesn't look right or shows seams? Is CJC priming the drywall and priming, and then owners are responsible for the painting? Yeah, the remediation phase is complete once the drywall is hung and there's tape, and it's taped. The seams are taped. So remediation doesn't include paint, doesn't include finishing of the texture of a wall. That would be in the restoration phase. Are you still confident that units will be habitable by January 2023? I have never said that. I don't know if they will be, and they very well may be, but I've never put a date out there. So I'm not having confidence in anything unless I'm very confident in it, and I have no idea if units will be inhabitable. I would suspect that there could be some, but to think that they all would be done and habitable by then, I honestly, I don't know that. So I don't have that information. Is fixing broken pipes and replacing drywall part of remediation? So the broken pipe issues, and we have seen that. I mean, obviously we're dealing with buildings that are 26 years old. And in demo, there are pipes that have been broken. Those pipes will be fixed prior to the drywall going back up. So that will be taken care of. Question about removing all the fans and dehumidifiers from my Waterford unit. Does that mean they've done a mold test and it is negative? If not, why would they have them removed? Again, I would check with your association specifically, especially places like Waterford and Southmont Cove, who are a little bit farther ahead in the process where they're removing that equipment. But I would imagine that at some point in time, once the drywall has been pulled and that equipment has been running and that area has been deemed dried out, they don't need to continue to run that equipment any longer. But that would be my assumption on that. Will the golf course have to be restored? Now, I think the golf course, I think we'll be ready to roll with the golf course next week. I don't think there's any major damage other than some bunkers. I can tell you there will be some bunkers that will be out of play, and they'll probably be out of play for most of the season, if not the entire season, because they will need a full renovation. And at this point in time, it doesn't look like we could have a company on site anytime before the first of the year. And we'd rather not have that going on during season and just make those areas ground under repair. I don't know the exact number, but it's definitely multiple bunkers that took a considerable hit that I would expect them to be out of commission for the season. Somebody's asking what an A&E is. An A&E is basically a formal request to make changes to your exterior of your property. So there's a form you can get at the front desk. It's also online. You complete that. You're basically letting your association know what you're proposing to do, who's doing the work for you, and then it's approved based on your association's guidelines. So you turn that in and it gets approved. So in case you don't know that. Oh, here's a clarification from Jen. For AC units, if you're in the estate or villa homes, you do not need an A&E for air conditioning units. Okay, so estate homes and villa homes, not Somerset Villa, but villa homes, single family homes, do not need to submit an A&E for AC, just the association. Where can we get a form to provide inventory for the flood insurance? I'm not sure of that question. Where can we get a form to provide inventory for the flood insurance? If you want to email me and expand on what you're asking, I'll be happy to try to answer your question. If somebody's asking about somebody that said they were happy that their vanities and kitchen sink didn't need to be removed, how are we determined there's no mold behind there? Again, they're doing visual inspections to determine that, and sometimes it may mean a drywall cut on the other side of those cabinets, and if they can confirm that there was no water back there, that they can leave those cabinets in there. But there's multiple ways they're checking it. But again, they're performing visual inspections on all units prior to coming in and doing the full scale work. Will garages be included on adjuster reports such as door issues, carpet on steps, drywall? If it's part of the policy, we suspect that to be the case. But again, I don't think we know that until we see that report. But that would be the assumption. If it's covered under the policy, then the adjuster put that on the report. Yeah, I get it. Some of you guys are talking about you didn't put an A&E in for your AC units. Hopefully Jen's not listening, but I mean that's fine. I mean, if you want to put an A&E in now, just so we have it on file, that's fine. But I mean, we're not approving that. It's really just a matter of process and file. So if you didn't put an A&E in before for your AC unit, go ahead and put one in now, and that way at least we have it on file. Once remediation and restoration is completed, can you occupy your condo? Absolutely. There's no reason why you wouldn't. Again, I'm just passing over some specific restoration questions that I just don't have answers to right now. The white rails on some of the second floor units in Wedgwood have been damaged. Should we hire a contractor to fix those? With those railings, that's definitely a property claim, and we have not seen as many property adjusters yet as we did flood adjusters. So we're hoping that process works itself out. But I would wait to do any repairs on your own to second floor railings in the association. I really would, because that property insurance is going to be a little bit of a different animal, because that is going to carry a much higher deductible than what the flood insurance does. So. Do I understand correctly that taping of walls is restoration? No, CJC will put the drywall up and they will tape the walls, and that will end remediation. And then you go into restoration, where if you want to pick your paint color, or if you want the rest of that wall to be textured like the above section, you can do that in restoration. But they will tape the walls. They'll prep it for paint. When you say visual inspection, is that being done by a CJC crew, or is there identified people that are checking on this? There are people. It's not the crews that are doing the work that are inspecting it. They've got supervisors that are going into the units and doing this visual inspection, and then they're directing the crews as to what they need to do once they enter that property. I've run out of questions. There's one. If you got any more, go ahead and throw them up there. Besides A&E, can you expand on any other reasons we would need to submit an A&E? So nothing on the interior side, like cabinets, et cetera, you will need an A&E for in the association. So it's really mostly A&Es have to do with the exterior of your building. You know, when you get storm shutters, or if you get acrylic sliders, air conditioning replacement, things that are on the exterior of your building is usually what an A&E is required for, but you will not need A&Es for anything that you do from the restoration side that's inside of your unit. Anybody else? Are Southmont Cove first floor units still being left unlocked? If so, is there a projected date when they will be relocked? I don't have that date. And I believe, yes, they still are being unlocked. And I'll just remind you that we still have 2 security guards here at night. The back gates are working. So from a security perspective, I hope that we're much improved than where we were even a week or so ago. Somebody asked about Somerset progress. I'll just repeat, if you're not getting updates from Somerset Villas, and they've sent, I think, at least 3 emails the past week, please contact the front desk, send them an email, make sure you're on that list, make sure you're getting emails from the club because they have sent out updates. Somebody's asking about Vanity Heights and new tops. I don't have that information in terms of Vanity Heights. If you want to email me separately and expand, I'll do my best to try to get you an answer, but I don't have that. Will we have to hire our own air inspection people to check for vent mold or mildew? I mean, that would be your choice in terms of the vents. But you know, the concern with this obviously was mold, but the bigger concern was the intrusion of the Cat 3 water. That even is more important in terms of remediating. But the fact that we're getting those areas dried out now and cleaned up, the chance of mold will diminish. But you can do that on your own if you'd like. Do we have to wait until the AC and hot water heater fail before replacing? I've said this quite a few times. All I can say is I don't know how the insurance company is going to look at the fact that you replaced your AC unit because you were afraid it was going to eventually fail. I don't know how they're going to handle that. I do know that AC units are covered. And if an AC unit is not working because of the storm water, I'm very confident that that's going to be included in the claim. But I just don't know what they're going to do in terms of handling that. So I'm sorry. For taping, you said CJC will take care of. What about bathrooms where only bottom 4 foot of tile was removed? How will finishing those walls be handled? I think I heard them talk about finishing those walls with the I can't think of the product name, but the foam board that goes there around the showers. But I probably need to get a little bit more clarification on how they're going to finish the drywall process, if you will, for those bath and shower areas that have been remediated. I don't have that right now. Debris pickup, yeah, thanks for a reminder. Folks, obviously FEMA is in the area. They've been in the area for almost a week. I know they haven't gotten to some areas, but I can tell you we're going to lock the gates and not let them leave until everything's picked up. But we don't have any discretion. We don't have any call. We can't direct them to any area. And unfortunately, in these processes, there's always going to be people that get it first, and there's going to be people that get it last. And for those of you that haven't been picked up yet, I'm sorry. It's nothing personal. We didn't tell FEMA where to go first. We don't know where they're going next, but I'm confident that they're going to pick up stuff until there's no more stuff to pick up. And that's what we'll do our best to make sure that happens. But I just don't know if they haven't picked up stuff in front of your unit. I don't know when they're going to be there, but if you've been around the community at all, they are hauling a lot of stuff out of here every single day. The external lights at Somerset garages are broken. Who will fix them? Again, as they come around, the electrician is looking at those outlets in those electrical areas that were compromised, and they are doing repairs in the remediation phase. Elevator at Southmont Cove be working. Again, hopefully you're getting emails from Southmont Cove, because I know your association put out an update, a very thorough one over the weekend, and they had information in there about that. Is it okay for my son-in-law from Ohio who lays the tile flooring, do mine here? I think when it gets to the restoration phase, it's really going to be, if you're hiring out your own contractors, it's not going to be an association situation as much as it's going to be a Lee County permit situation that the owner or the subcontractor will be responsible for. So I don't see the association playing permit police when it comes to restoration. So, I mean, if you're going to bring in a son from Ohio, we're going to encourage you to make sure that you have done your due diligence and the permitting is complete with your subcontractor. But at the end of the day, that's going to be a unit owner responsibility to make sure that's in place in the restoration phase. Remediation, that's all being handled through Clyde Johnson. But once we start to restore, especially if you're hiring a subcontractor, that's going to be really at your discretion and your responsibility. Doors to rooms. Again, the doors, the pocket doors will be in the restoration phase. That's my understanding on that. Is primer going to be put on the new drywall? I don't think so. I could be wrong. I may have heard that wrong, but I was under the impression that remediation stopped with drywall up and tape and mud, if you will, on the seams, the joints. Can I come and live in my unit without sinks or showers installed? I don't know that, and I think that's something that everybody needs to. We all need to understand. What exactly is going to allow your association to open back up those lower level units. And I can tell you they're talking about that now. So I hopefully they can put information on that out here fairly certain. No, appliances will not be taken out and picked up if not working. Clyde Johnson's not handling appliance disposal. So if you've got appliances, we're asking that you go ahead and handle that in terms of they're not working, get them out to one of those piles, separate piles for appliances so it can be hauled out of here. Yeah, somebody just said about Somersetville and not getting emails. Again, check your junk folder. I mean, Somerset is sending out emails, and if you're on the list, it's going out. And Sue can probably confirm, and she probably did, that it was sent to you, because we have that technology to know if you received it or not. We also know if you opened it. So, I mean, if you're on the list, Somerset is sending out emails. Again, they've sent at least 3 the last week. Yeah. Again, on the doors, I didn't say that you will be responsible. I said I wasn't sure on that for sure, but I would assume restoring of doors would be something in restoration. But I'll try to find that out. I haven't had any conversations or been privy to any conversations about door replacement in the remediation process. Has any drywall started? I don't think they've started any drywall yet. No, but I think we're close to that. But somebody's asking about if drywall has started. Yeah, my AC unit is working. My contractor said my warranty is voided because of saltwater intrusion and recommends it be replaced. Again, I would assume that's exactly what a contractor would say. All I'm saying is I don't know how the insurance company is going to handle that. I'm not telling you not to replace it. I just don't know if the insurance company is going to say, well, just because your warranty is ruined, we're not going to cover a new AC unit. I don't know they're going to say that or not. I don't have an answer for you. Yeah, I get it. I mean, you can't hire a contractor for restoration until you have an idea of the allotted insurance amounts. I agree with you. I'd love to give that to you. We don't have that information. We're not going to have that information until the insurance company gives it to us. So I agree. Things aren't going in the right order here. And it's frustrating, but I don't have the information to give you that says this is what you're getting on your insurance claim. When we have that, we're going to give that to you. I promise you. Has CJC confirmed they can get drywall? Yes, they actually have. They've actually ordered drywall. They actually ordered drywall about 2.5 weeks ago to get started, but they're confident staying up on drywall to be able to get this project completed in scale. So if the Sutton Walk garages were cleaned out, can we turn the receipt in for reimbursement? Hang on to that receipt, but that very well may be something that can be included. Yes, absolutely. But don't turn any receipts in yet. We're not ready to process any of that. Hang on to any receipts that you're out of pocket for. So, all right, I'm going to take this chance to close it out. That's the last question. Appreciate you guys coming out, and we'll get this posted up tomorrow. And I would expect another Zoom here a little bit later in the week. Everybody have a good day.